Hey, Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Friday. Whoop, 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 whoop. I hope you guys are having a really good day so far today. I'm actually outside. I said I was going to do a reading outside if I had a little extra time. So I was able to get my stuff from Shoppers. I'm so happy. Hopefully I can, feel a little bit better by next week, hopefully. But you know how sinuses, sinus infections, how they are, right? But yeah, I cannot wait to get better because literally I feel like I'm drinking so much water. Like anyone who has like allergy problems or like, you get sinus infections here and there, like I don't get them all the time. But when I do, it's deadly. Like I don't get sick often, knock on wood. But when I get sick like a dog, okay? Like it's bad, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna jump right into it just to see what extra messages you guys might need to know. It is Friday. We finally made it to the week, okay, end of this week. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday, and I hope you guys are having a great day, okay? So let's see what extra messages you guys might need to know, and let's see if the energy shifts because I'm outside, right? I'm in nature, so let's see what happens, okay? I haven't done one of these videos in a really long time because it's cold outside, and who's trying to burn gas? I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. I'm not trying to burn gas, okay? Gas ain't cheap, okay? And your girl has things to do sometimes, so yeah. It's not as easy as it seems, right? Because when you're outside and it's cold, you have to have the car running and the heat on, and it burns more gas rather than like in the summertime when the AC's on. It's a little different. But anyway, so Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? What extra messages do you have for them for Friday? What do they need to know at this time? Okay, so the first card that flipped over is European, okay? Now, some of you guys could be European descent watching this video, or Europe could be very significant at this time, especially if there is a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. Again, I don't really watch the news. I've said this multiple times in my readings before. And a lot of times I don't watch the news because I like for my readings to be authentic. So I don't really like to listen to a lot of CNN or like CP24, that kind of stuff, because of the fact that I don't want it to, mess with my readings when I do it. I want it to just flow. So Europe could be very significant when it comes to you guys receiving insights about a situation, or you guys when it comes to like cultures, maybe different cultures, maybe different religions, things like that, or even just different worldviews are very significant at this time. So some of you guys could be going through that right now, depending on where you guys live. If you do live in Europe, that could be, what you guys are dealing with. If you don't live in Europe, this could be what you guys are feeling within the energy at this time, okay? But yeah, habits and routines are very significant when it comes to your discipline. So there is something about your daily structure, habits and routines. You guys are being disciplined at this time. Maybe you guys are working, like I said, on something new. For some of you guys, when it comes to different worldviews, maybe there is something about your habits and routines changing, okay, because of maybe differences of opinions. Maybe you guys are stepping away into something brand new. Like I said, if it's a new beginning, maybe you have different worldviews from different people. So if this is like spirituality, for example, some of you guys may have a different worldview from, people that are around you. And so you may not resonate with other people that you see maybe on your day-to-day, life, going to work, going to school, shopping, whatever. But maybe on the internet, some of you guys are finding a lot of people that are similar to you when it comes to this energy of spirituality and, going within, going deep, introspection and that kind of stuff, right? So take what resonates with that. Going back to school could resonate for some of you too when it comes to expression, right? How you express yourself, how you, show up in your own energy. So this could be about your emotions, this could be about mentally, physically, okay? But going back to school could be something that you guys are doing right now. You guys could be either learning something new, or this could be about you learning something new and sharing that knowledge. Or for some of you that resonate with it, it could also be just, the fact that you have knowledge or wisdom within yourself that a lot of people kind of wonder or question, like, how do you know that? And that could be confirmation for some of you guys too when it comes to this energy. Now, again, school could be significant. Like some of you guys could be planning to go back to school, or you guys could be thinking about going back to school when it comes to taking a course or learning something new. But that could be confirmation for some of you guys. Yeah, preparation. So we have winter boots. Even if this is not like winter clothes per se, you guys are being prepared for something. So there's something to do with change of season and protection, and of course resources as well. So yeah, with the weather changing, like right now we're in winter weather, right? And even right now, like I'm outside, most of the snow has melted, the sun is out, and it kind of feels like things are kind of shifting from that energy of really cold energy or weather, and now slowly getting into that mid-winter weather before, you know, we get to spring or we get to like that change of season, right? But again, with the energy that I'm picking up as well, there is something about changes, right? Seasons of change. So even if this season is not your season, there is a season of change coming up in spring for most of us where, you know, even though it's a new year, it may not feel like it. There could be, you know, increments of old energy, people, places, you know, things like that where we could be feeling their energy. And right now, at this time, you guys could be feeling that. So you guys are trying to release, especially like with the full moon that passed in Cancer on the 3rd, right, of January. So there is this energy of you guys changing and switching and growing and grounding. But for some of you now, it may feel like, you know, it's not happening fast enough. And that's why in my readings, I always say to you guys, always have patience, always have, you know, gratitude, and always ground yourself so that you don't feel like you're out of control, or you don't feel like you're losing control of the situation, because you have to surrender. Okay, so yeah, preparation could be very significant. Maybe spirit is preparing you for, you know, something new or something that should be coming into your energy soon. Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time for Friday? What do they need to know? Thank you. So sports could be very significant. Something about you guys maybe working out, or this is about you grounding yourself. Even when it comes to like your strength, some of you come up very strong, like your energy is strong. Okay, like you have a really strong, you know, energy about you. Your presence is very strong. People could sense your energy before you show up. Okay, so like you can walk into a room and some of you guys have a really strong energy. People can sense, like, you know, whether you're here or, you know, when you're gone, or even people can feel like your energy is like a ghost, where, you know, people may feel like, I feel or I can sense your energy still, even if you're not physically there, or even if you're not around these people anymore. Okay, now some of you guys could be moving to a new home or city. There is something about safety though when it comes to like you guys grounding yourself, right? But when it comes to like a new foundation or a new environment, that could be something that you guys are stepping into. Okay, you guys could be moving. Some of you guys could be thinking about moving or planning on moving. All right, but that's the energy that I'm picking up right now. If this is not like physically moving into a new home, some of you guys could be like coming home to yourself, right? And this could be like spiritually as well. So even when it comes to like religion, I don't like to talk about religion a lot, but for some of us, when it comes to, you know, growing up in a specific way, or, you know, doing certain traditions, and, you know, having to go to church every Sunday and doing all that kind of stuff, some of you guys could have left that type of tradition. And spirituality could be you coming home to yourself, where, you know, you could be tapping more into your creativity. Okay, you could be tapping more into inspiration, you know, new ideas, things like that, right? Where before you could have felt like you weren't able to do those things because of other people maybe judging you, or, you know, questioning what it is that you're doing, or projecting their insecurities, or projecting what they want onto you. So there's something to do with also, for some of you, like there's something to do with, say for example, like your parents, right? Like they want you to do maybe being a lawyer, maybe being a doctor, or something of that nature, right? Maybe they want you to do something that, you know, you don't want to do, right? And for some odd reason, you guys could have either done it, like you guys could have went with it and said, you know what, I'm gonna do it because I want to make my, my parents proud and whatever. And it is what it is. It happens, to the best of us, right? It does happen sometimes, right? So just give me 1 second, guys, okay? About that, guys. But yeah, say that you want to make your family proud, so you end up doing this, this course, or you take this program or whatever it is that you say that you're gonna do, right? And what if they feel proud of you, but then you're doing the program and you don't like it? Okay, some of you guys could have been in situations like that, and you finally put that, effort into saying, you know what, I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to stand up for what I believe, and I'm going to do what makes me happy, right? So some of you guys, this could be, when it comes to doing what makes you happy, this could also be like changing programs or going back to school and doing something that you actually like doing. Even when it comes to like, creativity, like art and stuff like that, you guys could be doing things more creatively, right? Like when it comes to you doing painting or drawing or poetry or whatever kind of art that you guys are into, you guys are doing that. And so because of that, it's freeing yourself, okay? For those who are actually doing this, you guys understand what I'm saying? It's freeing to you because you're actually doing something that makes sense to you. You're doing something that makes sense to, your path, right? It fulfills you, basically. And that's basically the whole point of your journey, is to do things that fulfill you, not doing things that fulfill other people, or because they said so, because they're the authority or the guardian, that means you're supposed to do it. And that happens a lot, okay? So some of you guys could feel regret, this could be like grief, okay, when it comes to doing that and spending that money and that time and that energy. But it's okay, right? There is still time to change and do what you need to do. Think of it this way: if there are people that are older than us, okay, like say for you guys that are like in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, if there are people that are, and I say older than us, meaning like in their 70s and 80s, and they're healthy and they're well, if they're able to do things that they desire, what's our excuse, guys? Like, it just inspires me, because it's like, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you have in your heart that you want to do something, if you have in your heart and your soul that, you want to pursue a goal or a dream or whatever visions or whatever it is that you have, right? Like, do that, okay? Because at the end of the day, we only have one life, and time is just going, right? And it's almost like, why sit here and spend time thinking about the what ifs when we can just take action and do what we want to do, right? So yeah, the Guardian, protection from unseen forces. This is you being shielded, guided, and supported at this time. Even just listening to this message could be you guys being supported, right, in your decisions. Now, it's not to say that, like I say, you're not gonna drop something without having a game plan. I always talk about you guys making sure you have a plan, making sure you write down your ideas and your goals, and then executing that. Okay, so even when it comes to like, elements, right? Every element has a purpose. So even when it comes to nurturing yourself, that's Cancer energy. When it comes to intuition and psychic abilities, that's water energy, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. When it comes to taking action, okay, this could be about being direct and taking leadership. This is Aries and Leo. Okay, when it comes to being direct in leadership and adventure, this is Sagittarius. Like, all of us having to learn to figure out the keywords of every placement or every element of each zodiac sign will all help us in order to move forward, okay? As much as people don't believe in astrology, it is helpful, okay? So threshold crossing, initiation, transition, and doorway. There's something about you opening up a new path to a new doorway. This could be, like I said, new opportunities. This could be also new ideas that you guys are working on, projects, whatever it is that's new to you, or you've never done before. Spirit is saying that you guys are able to do that, okay? So rising current, elevation, breakthrough, momentum, okay? Some of you guys, when it comes to this energy, you guys have, momentum, okay? You guys are building momentum, or you guys can feel the momentum building when it comes to, this new thing that you guys are trying to execute at this time, right? So we have surprising joy. This is unexpected happiness, delight, uplift, and also blessing. Okay, so something could be coming up in the energy right now. We have here the Mender, healing influence or reconciliation, repair, healing, and restore. Okay, so yeah, some of you guys, when it comes to even connections too, if this is a new connection, you guys are mending and healing connections. If this is an old connection that you actually do care for, and not somebody that this is like a no contact thing. If it's someone that you actually do care for and you actually have a little bit of love for that person as a friend, or as someone that you are acquainted with, or whatever the case is, there is something about this energy where you guys could be mending and healing certain bonds or relationships. So this could be a relationship with a parent, this could be a relationship with a sibling, this could be a relationship with a friend, someone that you might know, that you work with. Whatever the energy is that you guys are shifting into, there is something that you guys are building at this time, and it's growing. Even if you don't see it, it's growing. It's showing up in the energy very fast as well. So yeah, it's picking up momentum. It's coming quickly, but even like with the weather changing, like I said, seasons changing, that could be also changing too rapidly, right? So again, reconnection. This is about reunions with meaningful souls. So reunion, alignment, and bonds. Okay, so like I said, a connection is building at this time. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get one more card. And then we have storm. Okay, so intense energy clearing the path, disruption, force, and renewal. Okay, so again, there could have been something where you guys could have had a situation where there was a storm, or you guys could have been dealing with stormy situations, but now you guys are moving on to calmer waters. Okay, anchor, so grounding needed, stabilizing. This is about foundation, rooted, and steady. Okay, so this is also giving root chakra energy. I said I was going to get one more card, but I'm in flow right now. So I want to get all the messages out before I put this deck down. So Spirit, what other messages do you have when it comes to this energy about them anchoring themselves and grounding? What else do they need to know at this time, please? Thank you. Yeah, so rising heat, this is about passion, energy surge, and motivation. Yeah, so you guys are being motivated to move when it comes to certain cycles that you guys have been dealing with. Okay, learning about those cycles and how you guys can grow from it, especially if it's certain cycles with people where, say you guys had a miscommunication, or you guys maybe disconnected for whatever strange reason. Some of you guys could be opening back certain connections with, people that you do share a bond with, or you do care about, but maybe they are behind on their path. Okay, everybody has a different speed on their journey. Some learn quicker than others, so we have to give each other grace sometimes, especially when it comes to certain situations. Now, we know that we have to have discernment as well when it comes to situations too. So you don't want to, open back a relationship or connection with somebody and it's toxic, right? You don't want to do that, because that's not something that you want to do at this time. But give me 1 second, guys. Okay, the cards fell on the floor and the sun is so bright in my face that I cannot see anything. So right now I'm like this, so bear with me, guys. But yeah, and then a lady was also walking beside my car, like when I was trying to get my cards. So I'm just like, let me just pause the video quickly so that I can gather myself. Okay, so Spirit, what other messages do you have? Like, what other extra messages do you have for the collective at this time, please? What else do they need to know at this time, please? What do they need to know for Friday? Thank you. So knowledge is key, guys. Reading books could be very significant at this time when it comes to wisdom. Learning something new, like I said, could be significant, especially with you guys going back to school maybe, and learning something new and sharing this knowledge. Now, for some of you guys, this could be like a topic that you guys are interested in, and that is something that you guys are learning about and studying, and maybe you guys are coming on social media, whether this is like TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or wherever, right? Maybe on a website, but you guys are sharing knowledge and wisdom and guidance, okay, to people who may not have access to a lot of these things. Like, I get that it's 2026, but you'd be very surprised how, certain things are not accessible to everybody, right? So, again, like I said, when it comes to sharing knowledge and wisdom, we're all sharing this and we're all showing grace to each other, okay? But contracts could be very significant as well when it comes to like a new opportunity. Some of you guys, when it comes to contracts, this contract that you guys could have signed before you came on this earth or to this realm, there is something about you guys knowing that you signed a contract before you came here, and that is what you need to fulfill, okay? So for me, being a Cancer, and depending on all my placements in my chart, I know that I'm supposed to be doing tarot. Like, I just know, okay? It shows up in my chart. It shows up heavily in my chart, especially where my placements are. It's inevitable. Like, I can't run from it. Even the experiences that I've had where I've worked in many places, it's like, I'm a very good worker, I'm a hard worker, I'm dedicated, I'm passionate at what I do no matter where I am, but it always felt like the energy always felt like, you know, there's competition, or, you know, people did not maybe like me in the energy too much, you know what I mean? Because I can feel other people's energy, even though they don't say certain things, I can still feel it, right? So that is why when I'm around certain people, I try my best to be as authentic as possible, because basically what you see is what you get, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and showcase something that I'm not, you know? So that is why when it comes to contracts, maybe you guys are learning about a contract that you signed before you came here. For some of you guys know the contract already. Like, for example, with me, it's like I always had a sense where I like psychology. I like talking about the mind and how the mind works and things like that. And so, again, I'm very aware about what I'm supposed to fulfill in my contract. And for some of you guys could be learning about that when it comes to you know, your journey day to day, and you guys getting older and growing and understanding, you know, what it is that you want, and, you know, how to move forward, basically. So divine feminine energy could be very significant for some of you guys when it comes to compassion. Some of you guys are stepping into compassion, or learning to balance out your divine masculine and divine feminine energy, which is actually really beautiful, because not everybody can do that, unfortunately. Not everyone can tap into their emotions very deeply, and unfortunately, when it comes to masculine energies, there is this stigma of, you know, showing emotions and crying and being able to be vulnerable. Sometimes it almost feels like you guys are being judged for that, and it's almost like you shouldn't have to be judged for that, you know what I mean? Like, I personally feel like I respect men more when they show their emotions, or when they show their passion or how they feel about a situation, rather than acting like, you know, like macho and like I'm good, you know, brush it off type of energy. And it's like, that doesn't make you a punk, okay? If you cry, it doesn't make you anything, okay? Like, if someone makes you feel some type of way because you show your emotions, then that's on them. Like, that's on them. They're losing out on you, okay? You're someone who's very passionate. And same with, you know, divine feminine energy too. If you're dealing with someone in your energy who cannot respect your divine masculine energy and feminine energy, then that's on them, okay? Like, meeting people who can balance out both, it's really hard to come by, okay, guys? Like, I'm just saying this from like my experience, right? As someone who's in their 30s, it is really hard to come by people who are authentic and genuinely mean what they say and say what they mean, okay? And a lot of times I've met people where I'm being authentic, but they're not. Okay, I think I've met like maybe a couple of people on my hands that I can say, you know, that even now I still talk to, maybe like one or two people still, that I can say like, you know, we good, you know. But everyone else, it's like, like, oh, okay, you know, all right, cool. You treated me the way you treated me. No problem. That's cool. I'm just going to remove myself. So some of you guys, when it comes to balancing your energy, as an example, like I like to give you guys examples, that could be something that you guys are doing at this time. For some of you guys, this could be a new beginning, okay, when it comes to renewal. So yeah, you guys are getting the chance to start a new beginning, okay? When it comes to leaving the past and leaving people who maybe treat you odd or weird, like I said as an example, right? Like for myself as a guinea pig, because, you know, I like to use myself as a guinea pig so that you guys can understand, you know, the reading a little bit better, right? So even when it comes to new beginnings, there could be something in the next few months, okay? This could be within the next few months. Maybe you guys are planning something new, or maybe Spirit is saying you guys need to start planning when it comes to, you know, making movement in this new, you know, energy that you guys are stepping into. Okay, but we also have the Strength card as well. Strong, muscular. Some of you guys are stepping into your power. You guys are being disciplined. Okay, you guys are showing up with strength, resilience. Even when it comes to awakenings, you guys are awakened at this time. So again, you guys are receiving enlightenment at this time when it comes to receiving clarity about your highest self. Some of you guys, it might be a little bit different though, because again, like I said, some of you guys know about your path already. So it's a little bit easier for you to just go with the flow, right? For me personally, I've had people say to me like, oh, how do you just move on? And I'm like, I just do. I don't know if it's based off of my experiences and also age as well, as I'm getting older too. But again, I've dealt with things, I've seen things. And so because of that, I'm very secure in myself, and I'm also certain in what it is that I want. So I can move forward very confidently without having any problems, right? A lot of times when it comes to people, fear gets in the way of, you know, you moving forward, or even just allowing you to take that next step. Okay, so yeah, Uranus is very significant when it comes to sudden progress. This could be about society, technology, astrology. Again, you guys could be making a lot of changes, showing up very rebellious. Okay, this could be about friendships as well. So some of you guys, when it comes to like humanity, some of you guys could be you know, stepping into new environments when it comes to humanity. Being a humanitarian could be new for some of you guys. Being a Buddhist, right? Stepping into shamanism or Reiki healing could be new for some of you guys. But some of you guys may have a sense of calling and knowing that you guys are supposed to do something for society and not just for yourself. Something could be happening within the next 2 days. Okay, take what resonates with that. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get another card. Capricorn energy wanted to show up as well. So yeah, we are in Capricorn season still, and there is something about you guys stepping into your masculine energy. Not only that, for some of you guys, there is a new moon showing up on January 18th for Capricorn. Okay, so even that, I have a blog post that I need to post for you guys so that you guys can know what to expect for the new moon coming up in Capricorn. Okay, so that will be January 18th. Okay, for any of you guys wondering. Okay, but yeah, some of you guys are adults when it comes to growth. Okay, you guys are maturing at this time, stepping into independence. Okay, that could be, you know, confirmation for some of you guys who feel like, you know, you guys are on your path and it doesn't feel like, you know, things are moving, but it is. Okay, for some of you guys are healing. Okay, that is why things don't feel like it's moving at this time. You guys are healing a lot of things in your adulthood. Okay, things that you weren't able to do maybe as a young adult or as a teenager or a kid. Maybe you guys are able to do that now. Even when it comes to like your gifts or creativity or your magic, some of you guys are tapping into that more. Okay, which is a good thing. Okay, but let's see what else. Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time? So we have vacation and rest. Okay, some of you guys could be taking some time off, taking a pause or a retreat. Some of you guys could be actually balancing yourself at this time. For some of you guys, even when it comes to like past energy, maybe you guys are getting back into the groove of things since you came back from your vacation. So take what resonates with that. Some of you guys, yeah, winter wanted to show up. So yeah, you guys could have had vacation during the winter time. Again, this is about stillness and also clarity. But now you guys are moving into like a new energy. Okay, it is so windy outside, you guys. I feel like the car's about to like fly off the hinge. Okay, like imagine I'm doing the reading and you just see me floating in the air. I'd have been like, oh my god. I'd be like, someone call call 911. Like imagine. Oh my gosh. But anyways, but yeah, winter could be very significant about clarity. Yeah, and then you guys could be taking action. Okay, so again, when it comes to seasons changing, that could be very significant. Okay, I'm gonna get another card before I end it here, but you guys are taking a lot of action at this time. This could be about your direction or this could be about leadership, okay? But some of you guys could have dark brown eyes or dark eyes, but there is something about your depth, okay? Having gratitude and being grounded as well when it comes to the energy. So yeah, you guys are moving forward, which is a good thing. I know this sounds repetitive, but yeah, brown eyes and hazel eyes could be very significant, especially when it comes to comfort, okay? Yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, we have senior. So again, this could be about reflection. You guys could have reflected on a lot of things when it comes to, you know, you getting older, or you know, you going through certain things in your life, or you know, certain experiences that you guys have gone through. Some of you guys are using that as lessons so that you don't have to go through those lessons again, or you don't have to go through those situations again. And that's called growth, okay? That is growth, guys. The fact that you guys are learning from your lessons and you guys are moving forward so that you're like, I know some of you guys are just like, oh, heck nah. Like, I don't want to go through that again. Whatever it is that you guys went through, I know some of you guys are feeling that energy like, oh, heck no, I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to see that, feel that, smell that, hear that. Like, you guys are just like, get me out of here. Like, I don't want to, So I totally get it. I understand. Okay, guys, keep moving forward, keep pushing, you know, be proud of yourselves, okay? Congratulate yourselves, even if no one else is congratulating you, okay? Be proud of your growth, even if it's a small step moving forward, okay? Be proud, guys, okay? Be proud, and, you know, congratulate yourselves more, you know, even if you have like a small milestone or something, okay? Be proud of yourself, guys, okay? And this is coming from like, genuinely from the heart, because listen, when I'm doing my stuff, I don't have anybody in my corner going whoop 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 sometimes. So you know, I'm over here, you know, like Rocky, like dun, 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 dun. Okay, like bigging myself up. So if I can big myself up, I don't see the reason why I can't big you guys up either, okay? I don't see the reason why I can't show support to you guys and say, you guys got this and you guys can do this. You know, sometimes you need to hear that, or you need that little push, right? And especially nowadays where everyone can be so selfish, it's like, being kind is free, you know? Being kind is so free. It is free 99. It does not cost a thing, okay? So anyways, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Happy Friday. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys next week. All right, guys? And like I said, I'm gonna work on that blog so that you guys can get it for January 18th, maybe before then, and so you guys can prepare for the new moon that's coming up in the next few days or weeks. Okay, so I'll see you next time, guys.